Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Kashif Kamran and welcome to the SBL March 2025 mock debrief where I will be investigating the task 3 today. Already in the earlier two sessions, I have covered the task 1 and 2. Let's first investigate the task 3, then let's take on the practice platform and drill through the task 3. Now in terms of the task 3, it's for 32 marks, so that's the second most significant task in this mock exam. Yesterday, we were looking at the task 2, which was of 40 marks. Now, this is a 32 marks, and already we have seen the task 1 at 28 marks. Again, this task is split into A and B, so almost every task we saw was split into A and B. 32 marks multiplied by 1.95 minutes per mark. We get 62 minutes of the total time with this question, of which 15 minutes will be to read and plan. That's 1/4 of the time. And then we have 47 minutes to write up the answer. Exhibit 4 will give us the answer because Exhibit 1 was used for task number 1. Exhibit 2 and 3 were used yesterday when we were looking at the task number 2, A and B. Now we're only left with one exhibit, so we're very definite that the last exhibit will give us the answer for this particular task. One format in which to answer this particular task, and that's the briefing paper. Part A is for 16 marks, so you will use 31 minutes of the total 62 minutes here. And the part B is also of 16 marks, including the professional marks. Again, you will be spending 31 minutes in total on this part as well. The reading and planning time, the time mechanism is to be calculated. You must be aware of the reading and planning time and the writing time when you are doing practice at home, because you need to excel on this phenomena. Very less students struggle with not completing the paper in SBL. Mostly students complete the paper in SBL, but still you might face time management issues, so you should be very well versed with it. Okay, now let's start on with the practice platform. I hope you can see the practice platform on your screen. Please confirm, all of you. Can you all see the practice platform on your screen? Okay, thank you. Now we're opening up the task number 3. You can see the task 3 on your screen, and we will simultaneously open the word processor to answer the question. We'll keep copy pasting anything which is of relevance. Okay, let's read through it. Just 1 second. Okay, the CEO is due to host a teleconference with several Courtjet's key shareholders. The aim of the teleconference is to firstly update the shareholders on how Courtjets is applying data analytics to drive the business forward. And secondly, to consider the disruptive technologies impacting on the airline industry. So you need to inform the shareholders about how Courtjet is using the data analytics, and number two, how disruptive technologies will be impacting the airline industry in future. The CEO has given you notes which were prepared by the Chief Information Officer. And who you are a senior business analyst. So he has given notes to you, which he got from the CIO, and has asked you to prepare a briefing paper which can be presented to the shareholders at the teleconference. So you are writing this briefing paper to the shareholders, and who you are a senior business analyst, and you are writing the briefing paper. You know the format of the briefing paper. We even investigated that in the earlier sessions of this mock debrief. Prepare a briefing paper. That's what we need to do. So we need to be very sure of this to get our professional marks. Discuss the benefits and challenges, not just the benefits, also the challenges for Courtjet of using data analytics in its low cost strategic position. We know it's a low cost carrier, and that's been their success factor over the last 20 years. So what are benefits and challenges of Courtjet using data analytics? We'll see what support we have, because if you look at this intro paragraph, it tells us about a teleconference. And on the left-hand side, you can see there is an exhibit by the name of teleconference notes, which has been shared with you. So we'll open up that and we'll see if any information is given to us about the data analytics and its uses at CodeJets, and will then draw the benefits and challenges accordingly. We have 12 marks, so that means we will divide it by 2, so we get a total of 6. So we can write 3 benefits and 3 challenges, or we can write 4 benefits and 2 challenges, whichever equation suits you. But the better equation is 3 and 3. So you write 3 benefits and 3 challenges for a 12 marks answer. Professional marks are available for demonstrating the evaluation skill. So you need to exercise the evaluation skill in objectively appraising the opportunities and challenges of data analytics. So you need to appraise the opportunities you need to appraise the opportunities and challenges of data analytics. So when you're writing the benefits, when you're writing the challenges, keep an open mind. Appraise them. Appraise them in the context of the information which has been given to you. So you must be knowing a lot about CodeJets from the pre-scene. You will get to know more about CodeJets from the exhibit number 4. So within that information, you need to do the best evaluation. So evaluation here means that within the boundary of the information you have, do the best evaluation, objective evaluation within the information given to you. So that's when you're writing the 3 points for benefits and 3 points for challenges. Okay, in the second part, examine the potential impact of disruptive technologies outlined by the CIO in the exhibit number 4 on CodeJets. So what will be the impact of disruptive technologies on CodeJets? Now this says potential impact. So that word is very broad. Potential impact could be both favorable or adverse. So not necessarily, we are only thinking about the negative impacts here. There could be a favorable impact. Impact is a very broad word here, right? Potential impact. So the impact could be favorable, the impact could be adverse. So we'll read through the disruptive technologies and we'll build up the answer for the potential impact. We have 12 marks. So again, dividing that by 2, we will be writing 6 potential impacts of the disruptive technologies. Professional marks are available for demonstrating commercial acumen skill. So you need to demonstrate the commercial acumen skill, but how? In showing commercial judgment in considering the impact of disruptive technology. So you need to consider the commercial judgment when you are writing the potential impact. That is how disruptive technologies could bring more profitability to the company, or how disruptive technologies can bring cost eliminations, or how disruptive technologies can reduce the cost for CodeJets, or how it can boost the profits of CodeJets. So you need to exercise the commercial judgment. So either the disruptive technology will be having a favorable impact on you, your profits will go up, your cost will go down, or it will have the vice versa impact. Might be your cost goes up and your profit comes down. So you need to exercise the commercial judgment. You need to think about your profits and cost, and you need to think about your reputation all across when you're writing the potential impacts. So you need to link the potential impacts with the commercial judgment. Profits, income, more business coming to CodeJets, more passengers coming to CodeJets, more customers coming to CodeJets, because that all will help CodeJets to be successful. So you need to link things with commercial judgment for 4 marks. So this is how things looks like. One exhibit, and just let's take this from here to the word processor. And we write in the word processor task 3, and we copy paste it right over here. We close the task now, and we just need one thing on our window. That's the word processor. So we need to prepare a briefing paper for A, and we need to prepare a briefing paper for B. And once we have written the answer, we'll remove the question. We are keeping the question to know what to do. And once we're done with the answer, we remove the question. So prepare a briefing paper. So we'll first make a briefing paper to the shareholders of Courgette from the senior business analyst. Date, if any date is given, you can use that just like we used in the session 2. Otherwise, you can just make it empty. And then you write the subject. The subject of this briefing paper is to look into the benefits and challenges, benefit and challenges of data analytics and impact of disruptive technologies. So that's what we are looking for, right, in terms of the subject. Now, under the subject, we know briefing note does not start with an introduction. So you will directly start with the heading number 1. Your heading number 1 would be benefits. Your heading number 1 would be data analytics. And your heading number 2 would be disruptive technologies. Right. Now, under the data analytics, you need to give the benefits of data analytics and you need to give the challenges of data analytics. And under the disruptive technology, you need to give only the potential impact. So that's only one thing you're doing here, potential impact. And that's where you end up the answer. We have 12 marks for data analytics. So you will be writing a total of 6 points, 3 under benefit, 3 under challenges. And you have a total of 12 points for potential impact. So you'll be writing a total of 6 points under disruptive technology. So now you can remove the requirement because you have already fulfilled that. Now this is how things looks like. Now just let's read the teleconference notes and see I can give you a guidance about how to start the answer. Let's open the teleconference notes. I hope you can see that on your screen now, the teleconference notes. Just let me enlarge it a bit and just let's read through it. Notes prepared by the CIO. Data analytics applied by Courgette. Fleet management. They're applying data analytics to their fleet management. They are applying data analytics to customer communication and support. And they're applying data analytics to scheduling decisions. Now, when you look at the data analytics they're applying it to the fleet management, which for an airline is something important. What are they doing? Number one, all aircrafts are equipped with big data server. So they are saving all the information for every flight. Capture aircraft flight data. Identify patterns in operational performance that what are customer liking, what are customer behaviors, what are fleet behaviors, any issues within the flight, any sort of problem developing which they can be alerted to before. Capture aircraft maintenance system data. They will be alert before time of any maintenance needed to the aircraft. That will save them a lot of time. If they get to know the problem when it has happened, they might need to ground the aircraft. But if they get to know about the problem beforehand through this use of data analytics, they can at least ensure that they're running a smooth operation. So they're using data analytics for the fleet management. They're using it for the customer communication and support. Identify flight performance in terms of load and revenue per passenger. You need to analyze that which of the flights is giving you a full capacity or near to a full capacity, which routes are very popular among your passengers, on which routes you are getting more revenue per passenger. on which routes you're getting more load of passengers. Your aircrafts are going on full capacity. So you need to focus attention to those particular routes in future. Analysis of customer buying decisions during flight. What they buy during flights. Uh, because it's a low cost carrier. So whatever you need to add on, you need to buy it. So what are they buying? Are they buying a meal? What sort of meal are they buying? Are they buying any sort of uh, add-ons during the flight? Like a blanket or like a cushion, like anything that they need, like a headphone or something like that. So what sort of things are they buying on? And you need to investigate and you need to focus more on those items where customer buying interest is. And you might need to eliminate those items where the interest is not. Analysis of the ticket booking per customer. On which routes are they booking the tickets? What price they're happy to pay for tickets? Are they booking tickets early or late? Before how much time before the flight? For which destinations are they booking the ticket? What age bracket of passengers are traveling on your aircrafts? So a lot of that information can help you investigate where to focus on. Scheduling decisions, analysis of flight delay per airport, and analysis of the flight crew location and hour work. So they're getting a lot of analysis of how much hours of crew members have worked in, and they're also getting analysis of the flight delays per airport. That by how much time the flight was delayed, what was the reason of delay, and so on and so forth. Now, these are three critical areas where where they have deployed data analytics. They have deployed data analytics in fleet management. They have deployed data analytics in customer communication and support, and they have deployed data analytics in scheduling decisions. Now, you need to write three challenges and three benefits. Look at the number of points you have. Under fleet management, you have 3 points. Under customer communication and support, you have 3 points. And under scheduling decision, you have two. So you have total of 8 points. Now, some of them you might use for the side of benefits. Some of them you can use for the side of challenges. Let's write one benefit for your understanding and one challenge for your understanding so you get better information. Okay, let's go down writing the benefit number one. Is everyone clear with the understanding of the question? Any issues with the understanding of the question so far, so forth? Okay, let's go down first. Fleet management, benefit number one. The benefit number one is aircraft maintenance for me. Just to give you an idea how much to write. Aircraft maintenance, benefits under the fleet management. The data gathered for aircraft maintenance by Corjets capture aircraft maintenance data, identifying when and where faults are most likely. When and where the faults are most likely. The data gathered for aircraft maintenance by Corjets will help them to be proactive to any upcoming maintenance required, to keep the fleet uh, up to date and operational. Uh, by the use of data analytics, Corjets will be alert before time of any maintenance required, and it will be done on a timely basis without grounding the aircraft, which will ensure a smooth operation, and avoid unnecessary issues with the aircraft being grounded, like loss of passengers and revenue. So the data analytics is helping them with capturing data on the aircraft maintenance system. So they will be proactive. They know before time what is going wrong, where things may go wrong, and being proactive, they can keep maintaining the aircraft on a more regular basis. uh, they will not need to ground the aircraft, because if they don't have data analytics in like a maintenance system of the aircraft, they will get to know the problem when it has happened. Now, when it has happened, they need to ground the aircraft for like a day or two, repair it, and bring it back to operation. But that will not be the case, because they will be alert of the problems and they will keep maintaining it on an ongoing basis. So that's one of the beauty of using the data analytics in the aircraft maintenance system. Second, you can use from the customer communication support. You can take a point, identify the flight performance in terms of load and revenue per passenger. Uh, Flight performance, number two, and you write under this. By using data analytics, Courgette will be getting data about each flight performance in terms of the load and revenue per passenger. In this way, the airline could better plan the routes or destinations where load factor or revenue per passenger is more, so to ensure more financial viability for core jets. This will also help management to lower flights on routes where revenue per passenger is not very attractive. So you can lower your flights to the routes where the revenue per passenger is not very attractive, and you can divert your flights to routes where revenue per passenger is attractive. So you can do a very good scheduling of your flight plans, that where to increase more flights, where to reduce more flights. For example, you're flying to a destination 3 times a week, but you believe that the load factor is very good, so you might make it a 5 times a week. And to a certain destination, you are flying 2 times a week, but still your planes are going half empty. So you can just make one flight a week to that destination. So that would how data analytics would be helping you analyze the data for aircraft maintenance and flight performance. You can make one more point on benefits, either from customer communication, either from fleet management, or either from scheduling decision, and you wrap up the answer for benefits. Then you go down to the challenges. What are challenges of using data analytics? Now, the challenges of data analytics is very general. Uh, the information which is being given to you in the exhibit number 4 is more about how data analytics is being used by coaches. So the way they're using it is only giving you the benefits. the benefits for fleet management, the benefits for customer communication, the benefits for scheduling decisions. But what are journal challenges which not just Courtjets, rather any company would face when they are using data analytics? To me, one of the most biggest challenge of data analytics is that there is too there is overload of information, and I link it with Courtjets. As Courtjets is using data analytics to capture data in range of areas from fleet to customer, from fleet to customers, and scheduling this and flight schedules. The company will be having lots of data available at one point in time, which needs significant efforts to be analyzed, which needs significant efforts to be analyzed. Courtjets need to deploy resources, including systems, to properly analyze the trends in data and to make reports for the management to study them in taking decisions. With the overload of information, this could be very time consuming, and a lot of time will go in just skimming through the information. So when you have a lot of data, you need proper systems and resources to analyze them. But at one point in time, if you have too much data, it's very difficult to get the right data out of it, and you waste a lot of time. For example, if a student is studying from 5 books for SBL, at this point in time, it's very difficult for the student to believe which topic, which chapter, which areas to pick from which book. So on one side, data analytics or that overload of information is good. But on the other way around, it's also consuming your time. It's also distracting you, probably from the right things. And you will be more into the data, more into the analysis of the data, more into the patterns and behaviors of the data, which might be distracting you from the core activities you should focus on. So that's one of the challenge coaches could face because they have deployed data analytics in lots of areas. And that means at the end of the day, a lot of information would come in. Security would be another challenge because you're gathering a lot of data and then you will be concerned about the security of that data. Even you have data about the customers, which could be misused and so on and so forth. So another challenge could be the security of the information, right? You can write about that. The challenges with customer data being saved, the challenges with some legal actions coming against you if you misuse the customer data or if the customer data gets misused. So that sort of troubles can come to the business, the legal implications, the ethical implications, because a lot of data is with you, and that data is at the risk of security. That data is being at the risk of theft. That data is being at a risk of being misused. So you can write something about security as well. Is that clear to all of you? Will you be able to pick up the answer for benefits and challenges, writing 3 paragraphs under benefits and 3 paragraphs under security? Sorry, 3 paragraphs under challenges. Are you clear? I'm just waiting for your answers, all of you. Will you be able to do it? So are you getting the way of writing? Are you getting headings and subheadings? I always encourage students headings, subheadings, headings, subheadings. Look at the way of answering. I structure things. I put headings, I put subheadings. That's the way to present the answers in SBL. That's where you're getting the journal professionalism marks as well. Okay, now let's go down to the second part of this question where we need to look into the disruptive technologies. And we have 12 marks and we need to write the potential impacts of disruptive technologies. Let's see what they are and what potential impacts we will have of disruptive technology. And we keep keeping into mind the commercial acumen, we're keeping into mind the commercial considerations of these impacts. Okay, let's go down and see what are disruptive technologies. Technological developments, disruptive technologies. Number one, anticipated continued business disruption resulting from emerging technologies. How would emerging technologies be affecting the operations of core jets? Number one. Number two, how can core jets exploit them to be competitive? So how emerging technologies in future would be impacting core jets business? And number two, how would um, core jets keep pace with them to be competitive? Let's see what sort of emerging technologies can come in future and what can be the likely potential impact. Number one, advanced robotics. Number two, Internet of Things. And number three, artificial intelligence. Let's see what can happen with advanced robotics. Customer assistance robots located at the airport to provide information such as flight schedules, gate numbers, and current weather condition at a flight destination. Robotic aircraft maintenance, pre-flight external aircraft check. So the robots can have an external check of the aircraft. You can deploy robots in an external check of the aircraft before the takeoff. And you can use robots to assist the customer for the gate number. You can assist customer for the weather system. You can assist number for the flight schedule. If there is any delay, the robots can pass on this information at the airports. So you can use robots for assistance of customer. You can use robots for aircraft maintenance as well, the pre-flight external check. Number two, Internet of Things, maintenance logistics, smart sensors attached to high value aircraft parts integrated with the logistics system, linking maintenance with the available parts. So all the important parts of the aircraft, you can put a sensor and the sensor will be connected to the internet and you will gather data about that particular part. If that part needs to be replaced or if that part needs to be maintained, you will be getting the data through those sensor. And in that way, you can link uh, the availability of part. You can link the that particular part with the supplier. So the moment you know that part is to be brought, you can connect with supplier immediately. You can think about you can even do advanced planning when the part is needed. So you can attach sensors to the difficult to the more challenging parts of the aircraft and get data when to maintain them, when to replace them, and in that way you can be again more proactive. Weather forecasting. Connected weather forecasting system provided real-time information on wind speed, temperature, and turbulence. So you can use Internet of Things in weather forecasting. You can get more up-to-date weather updates about any turbulences, about wind speeds, real-time information. So you can deploy the Internet of Things within the weather system, and you can get more up-to-date weather systems, which the pilots can use in, control towers can use in, and can be of use to the aircraft fleet, sorry, aircraft resources within the aircraft, the staff within the aircraft, they can be up to date about the weather system. And artificial intelligence, significant proportion of pilot training can be carried out on AI, reducing the need for real in-flight training modules. So you can use the artificial intelligence more to train the pilots rather than you are training them on the old methods, like you're training them within the using the in-flight training modules. Pilot training time can be reduced significantly if you deploy artificial intelligence in the training process. AI marketing platforms know when and where to target customers. So you can use AI within marketing. So you know where to market and how to market. You can use AI within the pilot trainings. You can use the Internet of Things for the maintenance of the aircraft. You can use the Internet of Things for the temperature, for the weather forecasting, and you can use the advanced robotics for customer assistance and robotic aircraft maintenance. If you look at the breakup, we almost have six things on screen. Advanced robotic, we have two. Internet of Things, we have two. Artificial intelligence, we have two. And how many points we need to write for a 12 marks answer? We need to write a total of 6 points. So do we have 6 points on your screen? Two under advanced robotics, two under IoT, and two under AI. So every student will pick up a point and will think about a potential impact of that on CodeJets. And you will need to keep in mind the commercial consideration. Let's develop the answer. Let's show you how you go about writing the potential impact. Let's go with the first one. Customer assistance report. That's the first one, right? So we put heading over here. Customer assistance report. That's number one, right? Okay, now you write under this. Use of robots for customer assistance at the airports can help customers, can help passengers of CodeJets to know basic information, basic flight information, basic flight information like any delay, any cancellation, the gate number, the flight time, or even the weather conditions. So the report can be like you can feed the report all this information, and the report can then share this information with all of the customers. If you take the assistance of the report can tell you about the flight gate number, is the flight on time? You can ask that to the report. You can even ask the report about the weather conditions, about any possible delays, and the report will give you all that information which has been fed into the report for that particular flight. Now, this can be really beneficial, right? This sort of assistance can save lots of time and resources, and CodeJets can cut on its human resources at the airport, providing this information, which will be cost saving, in the long run, as robots will replace human assistance, and more efficiency would come in, as there would not be any delay or sorry, and more efficiency would come in. Full stop. So use of robots for customer assistance at the airport can help passengers of CodeJets to know the basic information about the flight they're boarding on. This sort of assistance can save a lot of time and resources, and CodeJets can cut on the human resources they've already been using for this, and instead they can replace that with the robots. The robots can be can be more energetic. As a human, if we are responding to like 10, 15, 20, 30 customers, we might become a lazy at times. We might not be having the right behavior, or we might be a bit tired up. But the robot will not be tired up. The robot will be energetic all time, replying to whatever questions are being asked by the passengers, because that's more like an automatic reply the robot is giving all the time. So customer assistance robots can be useful because it can save time and resources, and courgets can cut on the human resources. So by cutting on the human resources, they can save a lot of cost, and they can improve their profitability, so on and so forth. So that's one. Number two, robotics, aircraft maintenance, pre-flight external aircraft check, pre-flight external aircraft check. What can be the potential impact if courgets deploy robots or robotics for the external flight check prior to takeoff? This again will save the human resource cost for courgets. This again will save the human resource cost for courgets, as the human resources will be replaced. Moreover, the robots can do this operation more swiftly, as they will be controlled and operated and designed in a way to ensure that all flight checks are performed like a checklist. So you can feed a checklist into the robot, so the robot knows which part of the aircraft I need to check in before I give the final assurance that this particular aircraft is fit for flying. So you can just feed in a checklist, and then the robot can go according to that checklist, doing all the possible checks, and then giving you an assurance that this flight is safe to fly. So again, you have a lot of human cost saving. Uh, in this way, courgets can save employee costs of hiring, training, and salaries, which would positively impact on their profitability and improve overall flight efficiencies. So there will be not delays because the robot will be doing it, and you can save a lot of cost. I think there's one information in the pre-scene which I perhaps can use it here. If I can go down and look at the pre-scene information. In the pre-scene information, we have been given the breakup of the cost. See, airport ground handling fees is almost like 27% of your cost. So you can bring a lot of efficiencies to your airport ground handlings, like this check of the aircraft before flying in. You can save a lot of your cost, which is given in this pie chart over here. You can look at this pie chart of cost, and you can link with disruptive technology if you need to, because there could be a lot of points in disruptive technology like Internet of Things or like the artificial intelligence, which can give you a lot of cost saving. And if you are linking that with a cost saving element, and you're linking up with this pie chart on your screen currently, you can develop your commercial acumen very well, because at the end of the day, we know that the sort of disruptive technologies we are talking today, given in the exhibit number 4, are sort of technologies which will save cost, which will bring efficiency. So most of them will give you uh, a better profit margin at the end of the day. Okay, so are you clear with the track of going with this answer? Under disruptive technology, I put customer assistance robot and I put the pre-flight aircraft check. Then you will open up the teleconference notes again. Under the Internet of Things, you have two things: maintenance, logistic, and weather forecasting. And then you have significant proportion of the pilot training. And then you can have AI marketing platforms. So if you can convert each one of them into the further points, you will be getting a total of 6 points with headings to make up a 12 marks answer. Is everyone clear with this? Are you all clear? So are you getting the way of writing the answer? Are you getting the way of the marking scheme? How many points to write? See what we are doing. First, the format, then to fill up the format. Headings, subheadings, number of points we need to write, how to go back to the exhibit, read the information, ensure that information is reflected in my point. Wherever you need a bit of pre-scene coming in, you can use the pre-scene coming in as well. And that's how you're developing up your answer. And look at the length of the answer as well. And look at the presentation of the answer. You can include the negative points as well, Dingol, because it says potential impacts. It's not saying negative or positive. So that's quite an open question. One student can write all 6 positive impacts. That's also fine. One student can write 4 positive impacts and 2 negative points. That's also fine. So no worries about it, right? Because the question says potential impact, but they're not giving you the direction of the impact. So you're open, you can write all positives, you can write a blend of positive and negative, but I would not prefer that you write all negative. Because most of the points given in exhibit number 4, Dingol, you will agree with me, most of those points brings a positive impact on the future of core jets, like artificial intelligence, like IoT. Most of them have a favorable impact on the airline industry. Yes, with technology, we have a downtime. With technology, we can have disruptions. With technology, we can have any internet connectivity issues. That is one side. So you know the disadvantages of using technology, or you know the disadvantages of using the internet. So that could be a problem at the end of the day. But broadly, these things are favorable. Okay, so is that clear to all of you? Are you fine, satisfied with all the 3 days of this debrief? Have you got the sense of reading, planning, writing, structuring, presenting the answer? Any further questions, any further queries you have before I end the session today? Okay, if you have any question, you can just raise up your hand so I can take your question. Any student having any question, you can just raise up your hand. Okay, Farah, you have a question? Go ahead. You want me to unmute you and you can ask a question directly? Just let me unmute you. Yes, Farah, go ahead, ask your question.
जी. Just I have a question like related to like the actual pre-scene which we are going to have like for upcoming attempt. So is this the same which we are practicing right now? Like what we are going to
No, this is
be?
basically this is basically the pre-mock, right, which ACC release
Yeah.
for students to practice. This has nothing to do with your real exams coming up in March. This is just like a mock exam we do. So
Okay.
for every ACC paper, we have a mock exam, right? Which gives an additional
Yeah.
practice to the students.
Okay. And like we and in upcoming days we'll be like practicing the actual one, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
when the pre-scene will come in, I think we expect the pre-scene coming either tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So once that is released up, I will be doing my debrief on that on the 24th, the date I've already announced. So in that
mhm.
debrief session, I will be going over the pre-scene, will be telling you the likely questions or the likely topics or the likely articles which could be tested in. So that is like a 2.5 hour session where we just brainstorm the pre-scene and give students the
Okay.
idea of what they can expect in the real exam.
All right. All right. Makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Okay, anyone else have a question so I can just unmute you? Yes, definitely, Dingold, because the information given in the exhibit is more positive. So at times the nature of exhibit also helps you that what the potential impact could be. But currently looking at the teleconference note, I think most of the impacts we will be writing would be favorable. Anyone else want to ask me something so I can just unmute you and you can go ahead? Or should I end the session? Okay, then I should be ending the session. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming in, taking your time out, joining this live session. The recording will get uploaded in the next couple of hours on the YouTube channel. Already the session 1 and 2 is there. So study effectively and then to wait for my pre-scene debrief for the real March 25 exams coming up on the 24th of February. Stay tuned for that. All the best to all of you. Take care. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz. Thank you. You're all welcome.